a video about something that I want to play around with. So when I make soups, I use chicken stock cubes as the seasoning in them. They're full of flavour. Mostly like it's just fat and salt, really. But they cost to make. And I'm always looking for ways if we can make things a little bit cheaper. Do we have to use the ingredients that we're going to be using? That type of thing. Not that I would ever cut something out that gave a load of flavour to save a few pence. I'd never do that. But I'm curious if we can use an alternative. So since they are mostly just fat and salt, let's see if we can just add some fat and some salt to a soup, a plain soup, and see if it has the same kind of effect as a chicken stock cube. So I've just made some plain onion soup. So it's just onions cooked down in some water, and then I put some milk in and I pureed it up. So they're all still warm, so this will kind of work. So a chicken stock cube weighs 10 grams. So in this one, I'm going to put in 10 grams worth of chicken fat, which I've got, which is kind of like quite fitting, isn't it? That we put chicken fat in and we're using a chicken stock cube. So the fat will enrich the soup, and in the same way that using cream would enrich the soup, or a whole milk as opposed to a semi-skimmed milk would add flavour. So, and then we're going to put a chicken stock cube in this one, and then in the one at the end, just as a bit of control, we're just going to season with salt. So this will be me just how much salt? About that much salt. About that much salt. I suppose we should weigh the salt, but I'm doing it out of. I'm not doing that part of the control experiment. I'm doing. I'll use my own taste buds to kind of see if it's if we need to add some more salt or not. So I'll use a hand blender to puree those, and then we'll give them a taste, and then we'll kind of see what's going on. Just need to be careful that I don't break my blender on that metal spoon. Anyway, so I'll pause and then we'll be back. Right, so I have seasoned them and I mixed them up. That one is just the salt and it tastes fine with just the salt. This is the chicken stock cube one, and it needs another bit of chicken stock cube in there, so therefore we need to put in a little bit more fat into the one that's got the chicken fat in. So we need another 5 grams, like half chicken stock cube type of thing. That's close enough. Right, 6 grams, but we'll lose a little bit on there. Right, so we need to mix those up. We'll do this bit on camera. Shake that off. That'll be mixed enough. And then just rinse it off, just so we don't do as little cross-contamination as possible. Right, so this might need a little bit more. It seems to have thinned it down. Right, okay. So, chicken stock cube one. Probably get away with another chicken stock cube in there. So that needs a bit more salt. Let's put in that other chicken stock cube. Let's put in a bit more fat and just wing it with the amount of fat. And obviously the kind of fat that you use is going to affect it as well. So chicken fat is particularly delicious in the same way that lard is delicious. So those would be really good. Beef tallow is a bit boring in flavour, but butter would work as well. So another mix up, and then we'll be somewhere like. Probably really boring, this video, but not to me. I suppose Well, it comes about from two places as this. So it comes about from the place of me thinking that chicken stock cubes are just basically just fat and salt. And then it also comes from the fact of me wanting to make things as cheaply as possible. So I made tomato soup for 17 pence a portion. So 250 millilitres for 17 pence, which is super cheap. And it was super nice as well. But if we can get away with not putting a chicken stock cube in, or lessening the amount of chicken stock cube we put in, we can cut the cost down even more and still have delicious food. And I think that's kind of like my ethos. You know, just because we're on a little bit of a budget doesn't mean we can't have delicious food. So, how does this taste? That's lovely as that. The fat's had like a real kind of quite creaminess to it. It still needs a bit more salt in that. Now, chicken stock cube. Now, that's starting to taste chickeny, because obviously we've been putting a chicken stock cube in this, and it's chicken flavouring, salt and fat. So, another mix up of this. So, right, let's give this another taste now. Just that extra bit of salt will have just improved it slightly. That's lovely as that. That's lovely as that. Compared to this one, which is lovely but in a slightly different way. And then the just plain salt. Nice. So, summing up, because this is just about done this video. That's really interesting. So, one of my first bosses, he said that things should taste of what they're supposed to taste of. So, and like things, you should be able to taste so a carrot soup should taste of carrot. You know, if you're making a tomato soup, it should taste of tomato, which seems a ridiculous thing to say, because it's so fundamentally right. But you know, like, you want things to taste how they're supposed to taste. So if we're putting like a fat like chicken fat in that, or if we were to put butter in that, it would taste of onion. Whereas this has started to taste of chicken stock slightly. It's not overpowering chicken stock flavour, but it's nice. They've both got a kind of warmth to them because of the fat content. So I really should be washing these spoons in between tasting things, but it's only me that's going to eat it, so it's fine. But it's like this smoothness to it, that, and a warmth. Not like a warmth as in like a spice stroke heat, but like a warmth as in something tastes warming. Like it makes you feel good. Like, I suppose, like soul food type of thing. So a soul food kind of warms you from inside, doesn't it? It tastes like that. And then that's fine. I mean, that's just basically just an onion puree with milk and salt, and it's nice. It's nice. So, if I want to make a soup cheaper, and I don't want the expense of a chicken stock cube, we can just put some fat in it, which I suppose. So there's different ways of making soups. I prefer to make vegetable puree soup, so the majority of the soup is made up of vegetables that we then puree down. So if I was making a carrot soup, it'd be carrot and onions. This is an onion soup, it's just onions. A butternut squash or a pumpkin soup would be butternut squash and onions, and then puree those down. A mixed vegetable soup would be all the vegetables that we've got cooked down and pureed down. Whereas there's a roux-based soups, which are flour and a fat, normally like butter for richness, or lard if you kind of wanted to keep your costs down. And then you would make a roux, and then you would add stock and milk to that to get a consistency, and then you would pour in a few vegetable puree into that to then make a soup. So you actually end up using less vegetable puree. You use like, oh, I just got a text message. I've got distracted. So you end up using less vegetables but more roux. So you don't get an intensive flavour of vegetables. And you don't really kind of save yourself any money either. You know, for the cost of making a roux as opposed to using cheap vegetables, you don't really kind of save yourself any money. So I was kind of thinking much of better making a vegetable puree soup. And then you actually get the flavour of the vegetables, and much better for you as well, because you're actually having vegetables, even though there's a whole argument about carnivore diets and vegetables and all that kind of stuff at the moment. But anyway, so that's kind of quite interesting. It's nicer, they're nice, but in a different way. So I suppose I could make a tomato soup even cheaper by using some form of fat in it, like a cheap fat, like maybe not lard, no, because it'd be butter. That's lovely, is that? That's lovely, is that? But the only problem is the fat. So the lard that you buy, this is me just thinking my way through things here out loud. So the lard that you buy doesn't really taste of lard, but to make it yourself it does. So like a homemade lard, or if you were to do a roasting joint, and you to pour off some of the excess fat that come out of the roasting joint and save that fat would be particularly delicious put into a soup. It's probably quite a horrific idea for people that's what you would do to kind of add flavour, but no different than adding butter. You couldn't add oil. I mean, I suppose you could do in a Mediterranean soup, you could puree olive oil into it, but olive oil is rather kind of expensive. So from my point of view, that's kind of quite interesting. So if I really wanted to make a soup as cheap as possible, we could add the fat, but the availability of fat is generally a problem if you're kind of cooking on a budget. You know, I've got that fat because I was cooking a lot of chicken legs and I saved the skin, and I made some stock, and it's the skimmings from the top of the stock, which sounds terrible, but it makes delicious fat from the top of the chicken stock, and then the skin cooked down and rendered. You get some really delicious fat, but that's kind of like a problem. But to me, it's a byproduct, but it's cheap. So I'd have to look into the cost of butter. I don't know what is a pack of butter. About £1. Let me pause. Hang on. Yeah. So if we were to use butter instead of chicken stock cubes, it costs about 12p, which is more expensive. How much is a pack of chicken stock cubes? About 80p. Is it? Hang on. Alright. Divided by, we'll use 6. Divided by 6. Equals. Okay. So there's not that much in it. There's not that much in it. So putting butter in or putting a chicken stock cube in, there's not much in the price. So it'd be like 13 pence. To put 2 chicken stock cubes in, as opposed to whatever I said, which was with whatever I said it was going to be with what am I calling it? I forgot. I'm going to have to pause again. Yeah, like 12p for chicken stock cubes, 11p for butter. And that's if you get cheap butter. It's not particularly cheap at the moment. I know why butter's price is going up actually. So that's kind of quite interesting, but I've been waffling away for 14 minutes. But if you've got the fat for free, it's kind of worth doing. But anyway, so from my point of view, that's really kind of interesting. And if anyone else finds that interesting, I'd be very surprised. A success.